Hi, gorgeous, and welcome to the third Circle of Women podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the soft life. So many women, they think that soft life it's a luxury life. That soft life is it's about not working and just enjoying bubble baths and face masks all day. Soft life is not about that. Soft life is so much richer and deeper than you think it is. First of all, soft life is not a luxury because you can have the most fancy, luxurious life and still you can struggle big time, and still you cannot allow yourself to enjoy the beauty of life, the magic of life. So having a luxury life, it doesn't mean that you're living a soft life. Because soft life is a life when we're minimizing stress and we're really going against this hustle culture. When we are starting to enjoy the simple pleasures of life, when we're starting to romanticize the smallest moments in our life, like the morning cup of coffee, we're taking time, we're savoring it, we're choosing quality over quantity. Yeah? Soft life is not about not doing. It's not about becoming lazy. It's about growing, evolving, investing in yourself, raising quality of you. Also, soft life, it doesn't mean that you're not working anymore, no. And you're allowing your man or your father to pay for your bills. This is not soft life. If your husband gets everything for you and you're not moving a finger, or your daddy, it's not an empowered soft life. I know it can sound harsh, but this is how it is. Soft life, it is a privilege. It is a privilege. It's definitely not for everybody. But in coaching, in self-development, we always have two choices. The number one choice is to put yourself in a victim place, and always find excuses why you cannot have this, why you cannot do that, because of this, because of that. I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I was born in this family, in this country, I haven't finished this university. It's so easy to look for excuses. The same for soft life. You can say, I'm a mother of 3, I don't have time, I don't have enough income to live soft life. You can do that. The choice is yours. But you can also choose to go just one step closer to soft life. And I will give you in this podcast 10 steps how you can implement soft life, soft and successful life into your lifestyle, in order to be feminine, in order to be empowered woman that is juicy, relaxed, empowered, and has wealth in her hands. That she's deeply in love, first of all, with her own body, with herself, and then all the people around her. And then she receives the same back from others. So this podcast is about you becoming high-value woman, you becoming the higher version of yourself, and really saying no to the hustle culture. Because very often, women, it's not that we are in love with the hustling. It's not that we absolutely adore it. We are addicted, that's for sure. But very often it's because society programmed us to live this way. Constant chasing, new project, new bag, new holiday. Always buying, hustling. There is another way, trust me. You can create empire from pleasure, not from hustle. You can raise your kids from pleasure, not from hustle. The choice is yours. So, really living a soft life is, my love, an art. Is an art. It's having really very intentional lives. So we starting to create a masterpiece out of our life, out of our business, out of our relationship. To have a relationship, it's not a luxury. To have a business is not a luxury, but to have a romantic relationship is a luxury with yourself or with a partner. And also to lead your business in a feminine way is also a luxury, because not many women know how to do that. So you are the lucky one being here and just exploring different way of doing these things, more feminine way of doing these things, and then hopefully implementing the strategy and making your dreams happen. So soft life is an art. And the main person who taught me how to live soft life is my grandmother from my father's side. And she wasn't wealthy, far away from that. She was a teacher, and she was very smart, very wise, a very, very feminine woman with very little money in her pocket. Her husband died when she was very young, so she had to really hustle with the two boys. But she really taught me how to prioritize good food, how to cook nice things for yourself, not necessary for a family, how to dress nice, even if you don't have much money, how to use makeup and jewelry, and how it's important to light the candle in the evening and have dinner alone with the candle and read the book with the candle. She just said it just makes me feel so good, and I found it so inspiring, because other women around me, they were hustling big time. You know, she had this huge flower garden outside of the house. Again, it cost nothing, but it was just so beautiful to be in her space, in the garden, in the house. It wasn't about the house being spotless and clean. Most of the time it was quite messy, to be honest. But you know, this kind of mess that it's just like you feel kind of comfy. It's not like hospital, everything is super sterilized, you know, like nowadays we see this kind of living on social media a lot. Everything is spotless, and this is not feminine living for me, you know. Maybe for you it is, and that's fantastic. But example of my grandmother, yeah, she really taught me how to have this feminine life with very, very little. How to choose yourself over and over again and have hobbies and do workouts. I remember the sun shining each morning to one of her study rooms, and she's just there on the mat doing some stretches without knowing what she's doing, what she's trying, and she was already in her late 70s. It was just so beautiful to witness her. And then she wrote books and things like that. She was really a huge inspiration for me. So yeah, soft life is an art, and it takes effort. It takes intention needs to be clear that yes, life can be hard, but I still choose to live softly. So what could be the steps? What could be those steps that I mentioned so you can start calling in soft life into your life already today? So first of all, I want you to start to be intentional who has access to you. What does it mean? Be intentional, my love, with who you're spending your time with. Do you really need to go to this party? Do you really feel that the people going to fill you up? Do you really feel that it's worth it? I started canceling so many appointments and dinner dates and parties when I became a mother, because my time is so precious. And if I didn't feel the full body yes, I would say no, I'm sorry, I need to stay with my baby, I need to stay with my child. And I wouldn't really explain myself too much and apologize too much, just I cannot do it. So I really want you to be intentional with who you're spending time with, where you're going, and really always asking yourself if it's going to serve you. Okay, but when I'm talking about who enters your space, is not only people. It's also, my love, the movies that you watch, the music that you listen, like the movies, and that's why it's called television. Television. You know, we are constantly programming to be in a hustle culture. We see these fancy houses and these fancy holidays and the dresses, and we want that, and we push harder, we work hard in order to get that. But really, living a soft life is enjoying what we already have. So we're keeping one foot, of course, in gratitude for what we already got, and another foot in desire. We know what we want, we're manifesting, we're creating vision boards, but it's not that both feet is in desire and we're just chasing and chasing and chasing. This is not gonna make you happy, trust me. There are so many millionaires, billionaires, they are miserable, So one foot in gratitude and one in desire. This is one of Circle of Women motto. Make sure you remember this one because it helped me big time. And music, yes, music that you listen, like check the lyrics. If it's really clear, the message normally is really fucked up in those lyrics, and do you really want to be programmed in this way? So be picky, what enters your space. People, movies, music. Check out your Instagram feed, unfollow people and brands that is really triggering you, that's like constantly invites you to spend and hustle, follow people that really inspires you, motivates you to be the better version of you, so be picky who's entering your field, okay? Number 2, make your space sacred. So your house is your temple. So do your body is your temple. So we already know how it's important to take care of our body physically, how it's important to nurture our temple with good foods. This is what we were talking in the previous episode, in the feminine energy episode. But the house is also your temple, So I'm not saying that now you need to buy like Hermes cushions and Dior candles. No, it's not about that, but beautifying the space, keeping it clean, keeping it clear, keeping it well ventilated, enjoying some candles, some flowers. I'm not saying that you have to weekly buy huge bouquets of flowers. You can maybe perhaps it's just one rose, one bloom, one tulip, your soul flower. On Friday, this is one of the favorite Friday rituals, just going to the local florist and getting sometimes a bouquet, sometimes one flower, but it just really brings this feminine touch, feminine energy in the space and makes the space more sacred and beautiful and special. So your temple your house is your temple. Take care of it, make it cozy. It's really not it's not about spending much money, and it's not about taking care of the things that's not important. It is important, because how you're gonna feel in the house gonna affect the way you show up to other people, what you create, how you show up in your business. So it's really, really important. So an invitation here would be not to add more, but perhaps to even simplify your space, to declutter your space. Now it's spring, it's such a wonderful time to really do a big house spring clean and release the stuff that it's connected to the old version of you, that's connected to bad memories, broken stuff. Get rid of it. So you're gonna open space for abundance, for fresh things, for new things to come in. The energy needs to move, Also declutter your phone, all the apps that you're not using, all the apps that you're paying a fortune for, all the apps that's like just pointless, Clean, make space. Number 3, very, very important. Mornings. Romanticize your mornings. So morning is super special part of the day, and I know that not all of us have a luxury to enjoy slow, unrushed mornings. And if you do have a luxury to enjoy this kind of mornings, you are really, really blessed, and you need to be really grateful for that. But I know the new mummies, or maybe perhaps you're working early shift, so you just cannot have these long, slow mornings. But still, do what you can with what you've got. And if your mornings is really, really intense and there is no way to wake up earlier and have this cup of coffee or tea in silence before the rest of your family wakes up, then focus on your evenings. When people go to bed, can you spend at least 30 minutes for yourself, and not just melting in the sofa and watching Netflix, but really doing something special for yourself. So if not mornings, then evenings. And I really would like you to start having those unrushed mornings without devices. A couple of moments, 10 minutes at least, when you're drinking your tea in silence, when you're reading your book in silence. Perhaps you're doing embodiment practice, which would be fabulous for your feminine energy activation. And I'm offering 33 feminine embodiment practices in Embody Fem program, where I'm teaching you how you can dance, how you can do somatic movement in the morning, how you can open your heart, activate your sexuality, your yoni, tantric massages. I offer so many tools, so many practices, but you can of course create something yours that it's unique and authentic for you. If you don't need guidance and support, just do something that feels really nourishing and empowering that day, because we women, we are cyclical, we are chaos, we are not linear. So our practice should change each day too, together with the cycle, together with the nature's rhythms, together with the moon phases. This is when I found the most powerful effects of my practices, when I allowed my practices to be intuitive. So my masculine, he set up this inner masculine, set up the space for my practice. So it's the same time, the same location, prepares the stage. There is a candle, there is the sheepskin on the floor, there is incense, perhaps burning cacao by the side. But then wherever I'm going to do that day, it's a very intuitive, it's a very feminine, and it's going to be different depending what my body, my heart, my womb needs that day. So this is like a huge part of cyclical feminine living. Having intuitive practice, that it's constantly changing, like you, like moon, like everything in nature. Now, the fourth step, I wrote Walk a Beauty Way. Walk the Beauty Way. There's a fantastic book, shamanic book that I read a long time ago that completely transformed the way I show up to the world, and it's called The Beauty Way. And it's actually a very ancient, as I mentioned, shamanic practice, which is all about living the life in a way that you leave the earth more beautiful than it was when you was born. So it's, of course, it's taking care of nature, it's taking care of the elements, but at the same time, it's like making beauty. So if you do, tea ceremony, cacao ceremony, using nice cup, we're making it maybe with hands, pottery, nice cup, or we creating our own incense, making these flower bouquets, offering later flowers to the soil. You can go so deep into this, but really the idea of walking the beauty way is seeing beauty not as something superficial, not as something that it's not important at all, but really going deeper than the surface of beauty. So understanding, yes, beauty can be leveling up your skincare game. It can be the bubble baths with the roses and essential oils. Of course it can be. But it can also be, appreciating the beauty in nature. Choosing conscious fashion clothes that we wear with natural materials, perhaps being mindful what kind of cosmetic we are using, and jewelry, right? So the beauty can be really deep, or it can be shallow, but invitation is here is to really beautifying the space, beautifying your body. So this is where we're coming back to this micro dressing up kind of practices. Even if you work from home, maybe you entrepreneur or you stay-at-home mom, still light makeup or nourished skin, fresh clothes. Maybe you can put the rollers the night before. Now we have those sleepless, how it's called, heatless curls. So you can, you wake up, you take them off, and your hair look fantastic. So there are always ways how you can beautify yourself and make yourself feel better, fresher. more feminine. Again, if we would look to ancient Greece or ancient Egypt, if we would study the goddess tradition, we would see that dressing up and makeup and jewelry, it's always been part of their routines, because it's a form of self-respect for them. It was also a form, this is how they would show respect to the ancestors. Especially if they would be doing ritual or ceremony, they would really put a big effort in looking beautiful, looking pretty, because this is how they just show that I respect you, I respect my ancestors when I'm doing the ceremony, so we have more support and guidance from this world. So really, clothing, perfume, jewelry is a part of feminine arts. The problem is that in nowadays in feminine embodiment industry, it became like the only thing that women teach, the most important thing. It's just one piece of the puzzle, but it is important piece. Okay. Now the step number 5, follow routines and not trends. I know that Pilates is super trendy right now. I know that matcha is trending right now, but really ask yourself if it's really you. Maybe you are a yoga girl and maybe you love coffee like I do. I hate matcha. I tried so many times and I know it's just not my kind of thing, and I love my coffee and I love my cacao and I love my green tea, and this is it. And the same, Pilates is cool, but I'm forever gonna be, I think, a yoga girl. I see more depth, I see more healing, I see more expansion in yoga, but again, my truth don't have to be your truth. So it's good to try new things, but stick with the things that it's really yours, that it's really true, authentic you, and can help you to become even more you, instead of blindly following what is fashionable right now, because it's just really overwhelming to follow these trends sometimes. So, and really prioritize routines. So make sure that you are sticking with a practice that is really your practice. As I said, it can be changing. You can do one morning one thing, another morning another thing. Just make sure that it's constant. You're not doing practices when they are trendy, like you're really doing the stuff each day in order to become your highest version. Step number 6, choose quality over quantity. This is a big part of feminine living. It's a big part of soft and successful living. So instead of buying lots of things very cheap from, Shein or H&M or whatever you name it, save up a little bit, invest in better quality materials, in better quality makeup, in better food, better holiday. Like, can you just raise the quality of the things that you consume at least a little bit? I'm sure you can. We all do. So for example, the way I started implementing this, instead of having like every second day coffee in a simple coffee shop, like just taking away the coffee, and I would pay like €3, something like that, I would go maybe once per week on Friday to a really nice hotel, and I would enjoy my coffee there, and I would pay €6, but I would really I would enjoy the people that are there. I would just look what they wear, how their body language, like maybe in 6 senses I would go like this beautiful 5-star hotel here in Ibiza, and coffee would be so good, and environment, the design of the hotel, so it's really I felt that it really elevates me, and I ended up meeting lots of cool people. So it really opens the door and helps you to do this quantum jump in your soft and successful life faster. So choose quality over quantity. It's not about spending lots of money straight away. It's not about, as I said, having very luxury life, but it's all about choosing quality over quantity. Step number 7, finish what you started. Now we have this song with my son Kai. I like to finish what I do. So whenever I'm like cooking something and he comes and, Mom, help me with this project, and I start singing him the song just to imprint in his mind how important it is to finish the tasks that you do, especially the promises that you keeping saying for yourself that I'm gonna do this today. It's really important to commit and to finish and to stick with your promises, because this is how we building up confidence. This is how we building up, creating also soft and successful life. So make sure that you finish what you do and you're sticking to your promises, especially the ones that you telling to yourself. Step number 8, very, very important step, is really learning the art of balancing the goddess energy with the badass energy. When people start working with me one-on-one, one of the first questions that I ask them, we analyze if they have the stronger badass energy or stronger goddess energy. So badass energy is more masculine, the doing energy, and the goddess energy is more feminine, is more receiver's energy. So once we know which energy is dominant, that we can focus on activating the opposite energy in order to bring balance, and in order for you to be giver and the receiver and balance your feminine and masculine energy. And this is how we're creating a soft and successful life. So it's a really huge part of my coaching. So now very briefly, there will be days when you have to push and work harder and perhaps work really long hours. Know that it's okay, but also give yourself permission to rest the next day or when everything calms down, So we don't want to drive our life either on full speed or on full stop. We need to learn the sacred art of driving this, a little bit of gas, a little bit of badass energy. I'm pushing, doing, creating the stuff. And okay, now it's the time for goddess to come in. Now it's the time to pamper myself. Now it's the time to sleep longer. Now is the time to give back to myself. And again, now the badass steps forward. Balance, to live life fully balanced is really an illusion. You're never gonna be 50-50. It's just never gonna work. Of course, that one archetype gonna be dominant than another. So this is the art. Learn how to drive the car that is your life. A bit of goddess, a bit of badass, and this is how we're balancing, okay? So you need to have both in order to have soft and successful life. This is the point of this step. Now, few more steps in your soft and successful life creation. Embody her today. Embody the highest version of yourself today. So it's not about becoming her next year. It's not about becoming her when you will meet your Mr. Perfect. It's not about becoming her when you'll buy the house or when you have a babies. It's really not about that. Soft and successful life, embodiment of her, the next level version of you, needs to happen today, right now. So always ask yourself, what I can do today? What I can do today to come even 1% closer to her? What kind of practice I can do? What kind of book I should read? What kind of music I should read? Maybe it's a micro dress up that you're gonna do. Maybe it's doing some healing work. Maybe it's stepping out of your comfort zone and starting recording this podcast or this vlog, or starting to write the book, or getting this course, or getting this mentor. So one step each day. It can be bigger step, it can be very small step, but it's really important to evolve each day. And this is what's gonna create this compound effect. This is what's gonna change you so much. Even in 3 months, in 6 months, you're gonna be unrecognizable. In 1 year, you're gonna be completely transformed. I do believe in quantum jumps. I do believe that you can be transformed like that. But what I believe more, it's in this constant evolution, constant growth, constant effort. This is in what I believe in. So 1% better each day. Become her today, embody her today. And once you start embodying her more and more, your vibration gonna change. And you're gonna attract different men, different jobs, different clients, different amount of money, different opportunities, because you're gonna be the energetic match of different things in life than you are today. So don't wait for quantum jumps. Don't wait for a miracle. Don't wait for Mr. Perfect. Focus on creating piece of art of you today. One step at a time, one thing at a time. And the step number 10 is slowing down. So really rushing is not like personality kind of thing. It just shows that your nervous system is completely out of balance, and maybe you don't feel safe to rest. You don't feel safe in your body to rest and slow down and do nothing and be feminine. So here is a lot the feminine energy healing, mother line healing, father line healing can help a lot to give yourself permission to slow down, to give yourself permission to rest, and to feel safe in your body. Safe to feel sexual, safe to receive abundance, wealth, safe to hold more clients, more money, bigger, better men, So we need to work here on nervous system, and the invitation here is simply slow down. Just whenever you feel that you're running in the street, just slow down. If you feel that you're eating super fast, slow down. Just slow down. I know that lots of my girls, they love now listening podcasts or reading, listening audiobooks like 2 times faster. Just increase the speed. Slow down. You're listening to voice notes that your friend sends you. Don't speed up. Life not meant to be so fast. It's gonna overwhelm your nervous system big time. Give yourself permission to slow down in a world that pushes us to be fast, constant hustle, rushing. Come back to present moment. Don't live in the future. You're gonna be anxious. Don't live in the past. You're gonna be depressed. Magic happens only in the present moment. Transformation happens only in the present moment. And the extra tip, tip number 11, extra tip is have a community. Create community, build up community, ask for help, ask for support. If you are a mother, especially ask for help, ask for support, hire cleaner, hire nanny at least for 1 hour each week. Ask for support, ask for help. We don't need to be this independent boss babes that we do everything ourselves. I know we can, but what is the price that you're gonna pay for that? So yeah, ask for help. Again, coach, maybe a cleaner, maybe best friend. Yeah, just learn how to ask and receive help. This is gonna change your life significantly, and this is going to really help you to live your soft and successful life. And also, if you are a business owner, entrepreneur, allow yourself to collaborate, allow yourself to work with other people, professionals in their field. This is how you're gonna grow so much faster in your business. You don't need to do everything by yourself. You can, but you don't have to. If you want to increase the speed of your success, ask for help. So this is it, my love. This is my tips how you can live soft and successful life. 11 tips I gave for you today, but the most important thing that I wanted to share in this podcast is not about the tips. It's not about the information. It's important now to start implementing at least a couple of these tips that really stuck with you, and just don't let this video to be just an information. Be the woman who leads herself and bring the activation into your life. If you are interested in any of my programs, have a look, circleofwomen.com. You're gonna find there a beautiful program, Embody Her, where I'm teaching you all of the practices, feminine embodiment practices, how you can become your soft and successful version of you, and how you can embody the dream version of you. I'm also having Circle of Women facilitators training, so you can learn how to create your community of raving fans, but also community of sisters, your support, your village. So it's also a very beautiful course to have a look at. I also work one-on-one. If you need more information, message me on Instagram or email me support@circleofwomen.com or Instagram @aiste_anandi. And I will be happy to to explore with you your dreams and your fears and see what we can co-create together. So thank you for your time. Much love, much health, and much wealth to you, my love. Bye.